Hey guys, and welcome to this Photoshop tutorial brought to you by TaylorsTutorials.com. Today I'm going to be showing you guys multiple methods of fixing teeth, whether it be chipped teeth, discolored teeth, or missing teeth, etc. The methods that I'm going to be showing you how to do will show you how to fix most of those problems and then some. You can then use those methods for other teeth problems most likely. Our first problem that we're going to fix is chipped teeth. As you can see in this picture, this person has a big chipped tooth right here, big decay right here in the tooth. And this can be fixed real easily. The first way we're going to do is just basically copy this end of the tooth and put it right there. Just kind of mimic what it looked like right here. And basically we're going to do that by grabbing our pen tool and clicking anchor points, creating anchor points by just clicking on where we want to, basically the amount of the portion of the tooth that we want to select and copy and then paste onto the other part of the tooth. So I'm going to get it right around here, about halfway through. And then when I'm done, I just bring it back to the original anchor point. I right click inside and hit make selection. We're going to set the feather radius to 0. We want it to be as accurate as possible. I'm going to grab our marquee tool and also create a new layer by going to the bottom panel right here and clicking new layer. We can rename this tooth or fixed tooth by double clicking on it. And what we want to do is just Command C or Control C. Oops. Make sure you're selected on the background. Command C or Control C on Windows, and then go back to your fixed tooth layer and Command V. So as you see, if we mute the background tooth layer, we just have this copied and pasted selection of the tooth that we had. Now all you want to do is go to Edit, Transform, and Flip Horizontal, and just line it up as best as you can. You see mine is a little too small, so I'm going to hit Command T and just transform it till it fits the right size. That fixes it pretty well. As you can see, the colors are a little mismatched. So what we want to do is grab our clone stamp tool. Set the layer to around 20, 30. Make the opacity set at 100 and make sure the sample is set to all layers. Hold down Alt and select somewhere of the actual tooth and go around the edges of the pasted tooth. Now you want to get as close as possible to the edge of where the two edges meet, just so it looks as accurate as possible. Because basically what it's doing is creating a copy of wherever you sample. When you hold down Alt, you're sampling that area of the tooth, or of that layer. If we zoom out, see we pretty much fixed that problem. Another method that we can do to fix a chipped tooth is to fill it in. So I'm gonna use the clone stamp tool, or not the pen tool again. Now you can use the lasso tool if you wanted to, but with the pen tool, you get a more accurate selection. So I'm going to select where I want to start the fill and where I want to end. So the whole chip. Basically, yeah, selecting the whole chip right here. And when I click down on that second anchor point, I'm going to drag down to get a rounded edge. If I drag to the right, it's going to move left, and if I drag to the left, it's going to move right. And we want to move it to the right, just kind of get perfect angle. Perfect. And then just cut around. Right click, make selection, hit OK. And what we want to do is create a new layer. We'll call this fixed tooth again. And grab our clone stamp tool, hold down Alt, and just start clone stamping it. Try not to sample any of the created stamps that you made. Try to select the actual part of the tooth. And there we go. That fixes it. That creates a whole new version of the tooth rather than just copying and pasting another version or a previous version. You can also do that method with little chips in the teeth. As you can see right here, you can just grab the pen tool and just fill it in like that. You see it's not perfect, but just real quick. These two methods can also be done for missing teeth, which is our next big problem in teeth photos. As you see, this person's missing his front tooth, and kind of a big photo flaw. It's nothing that anyone really wants. To fix it, all you have to do is, what I do is I either grab my mask tool or quick selection. Quick selection will actually probably work better for this one. There we go. And as you see, we need to also select the ends. So I'm just going to grab the selection again and get the ends right there. Photoshop's nice in allowing us to see the individual pixels because it basically converts every picture to pixel format. And so I can select inside real quick, just as much tooth as I can. The fit screen. There you go. Selected most of the tooth. What I want to do now is just Command C and create a new layer. I'll call it new tooth and Command V. It's very important to work on new layers, especially if you make a mistake with teeth like this. And then again, go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal, and just line it up. Perfect. As you can see, it's kind of doesn't blend in too well. There's two methods going about blending it in. The first one is creating a layer mask. So make sure you're on the new tooth layer. Go to the bottom panel and hit the button Add Layer Mask. Grab the brush tool. Make sure our brush is set to black and around 20%. Everything else stays the same up here, and just kind of dab it. So that kind of works. As you can see, it's kind of black. We're fortunate it's kind of just blended in with this background image. So it kind of worked, but not really. If it doesn't work for you, like it doesn't work for us, what you can do is go in closer and grab our clone stamp tool again, make it a little smaller. And our tooth is going over the lip, or our lips are going over the teeth, sorry. And just make it smaller, and basically just grab the lip and go over the top of the tooth. And then grab the gum. Just get rid of some of those sharper edges. I'm going to grab another edge of the other tooth just so it fits them better. There we go. That works a little better, and for a smaller image, you can't really even tell the difference. The last big problem is discolored teeth, whether it be one tooth or two teeth or even a whole set of teeth. Discolored teeth can be a real big problem with photos. There's two methods I usually do to fix them up. The first one is using the dodge tool, and this takes a matter of seconds. It's right here. And just basically set it to around 71, exposure to around 50%, and the brush to the default set brush, and just kind of tap around to get the best result. As you see, that kind of fixed the photo up automatically, and you can do that real quick with pretty much any teeth. You want to be careful using it too much. So you can see if I go crazy over it, it'll get too white, and it's kind of not the best. You won't get the best result. It could get a little dodgy, so be careful with using that. If the dodge tool doesn't work, or if you don't like using it, what you can do is create a new adjustment layer for it. So first what we want to do is select the tooth. What I'm going to do is actually use the pen tool, because for this tooth it's the selection's not really grabbing it's not as defined enough curve or shape for the selection tool to grab it, or for quick selection to grab it. So I'm just going to create it with the pen tool. Alright, right click, make selection, and I'm going to create a feather radius of 1 to 2 pixels, just to give a little rounded of an edge. And then what we want to do is create a new layer, call it white tooth, whatever you want, and go to the bottom panel, find create new fill or adjustment layer, and we're going to add levels, and just grab this bottom dark panel, or this dark knob, and just bring it up until it best fits the picture. There you go. That'll fix it up right there. You can mess around with the other adjustment layers if that one doesn't work. If levels doesn't work, you can try curves or exposure. Those two usually work, or brightness and contrast even. If you can get the color balance, the correct colors for like white, then be my guess for that. But usually I don't really bother. I usually just use levels or curves or even exposure. So I hope this tutorial helped for fixing teeth. If you guys have any other questions, please leave a comment below, or if you have any other methods for fixing teeth, put them in the comment below. I also want to take a moment just to apologize for not making any tutorials in over a year, or any content in that matter for over a year. I've just kind of been really busy and trying to continue my education at school. So I will be trying to make more content. So I will be trying to do different kind of tutorials like that in the near future. So just stay tuned, bear with me, and see you guys later. Bye.